Hood Postman, city, hood, click, let's go. Be sure to like, subscribe. I was not prepared for that one, but let's go. Let's get it anyway. Here we go.
Straight out of Compton, original streets. Grew up with the lion, see what the criminals see. Now he a giant and a pivotal key. Got it down to a science, this the visual streets. He came up with Bullet, he came up with Turtle. Lived life to the fullest, he put it all in the journal. We dodging them bullets, we jumping them hurdles. It's the Hood Postman, we in the streets universal.
Hood Postman, Professor Melly Bell. This is not a glorification or a glamorization. This is an education. You can go anywhere in the world and get a couple of lives, but you come right here to get the truth. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, share, drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and the 15th. Lock the door. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. You know the vibe. Be sure to click the notification bell for sure. This is not a glorification nor is it glamorization. This is an education. You can go anywhere in the world and catch a couple of lies, but you come right here and get the truth. And the truth I shall deliver based on who I am and the integrity and the lifestyle I have built and the people I've surrounded myself with. Rumors can make you dislike innocent people. Don't judge people off of what other peoples are saying. Just don't do it. Because here's the thing. Just be wise and get to know them for yourselves. And that way you can form your own opinion based on what you know and what you think, not what somebody else feel. That's important. The one doing the talking may be the one you have to be keeping your eye on. Keep that in mind. With that being said, I'm Professor Melly Mel. Today is Hood Tales Tuesday, and hopefully we have the ball game dropping in, and hopefully maybe we might have Christy dropping in. I'm up for it. I'm into it. But it's fascinating. What's fascinating to me is hardly anyone there is wondering what we actually doing to one another. Most accept the workout, eat, entertainment, drinking and smoking, sleep cycle of life and have no desire for no deeper understanding. They have absolutely no desire for it. They don't care what our purpose is. Our purpose is as Black people. Are we actually in the phase of trauma bonding? Do we purposely seek out relationships with extreme highs and lows? Is that where we go with this? I'm adding the ball game. And ball game, I want you to hear what I'm saying. And one of the things I'm saying, are we now in the phase where we trauma bond? Can you hear me, ball game?
I can hear you better. Yeah. You
okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, let me make sure you all the way up. Okay, you got me?
Yeah, I got you. What's happening?
Okay, so I'm asking a question, ball game. Are we trauma bonding in our culture? In other words, and let me explain a little bit. Are we purposely seeking out relationship with extreme highs and lows? Are we in environmental denial about who we are culturally as a people and the things we do to one another? How do we hold ourselves accountable? Because here's the thing. These self-wars, I don't like them. I like more leaders, self-leaders. I like to see more self-leaders versus people following aimlessly, listening to other individuals that don't have maybe a PhD degree or master's. In other words, they don't qualify to have say-so or talk about particular subjects. And that's just a question. That's not what we're talking about, but that's just a question I wanted to throw out because I was throwing out that to the audience. What's your thoughts on that?
Throw it out one more time. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was asking, are we living in a trauma bonding culture? Are we purposely seeking out relationships with extreme highs and lows? Are we in environmental denial about where we at in this society?
Um,
Because we seem to have self wars, but we don't have self leaders. We don't have enough of self leaders.
yeah. I mean, my disposition on your question is that um, that's a deep question, Melly. You know what I mean? Because we're going to always have some type of interpersonal relationships that just don't necessarily work. Um, are we as a people traumatized? Do we know how to communicate effectively with one another?
Uh huh.
Um, be able to express our feelings without somebody else getting pissed off and all those things. I think that we as a people we're striving to get there. We still got to we got a lot of marathons. We got a lot of running to do when it comes to that. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at your thing up there where it says emotional intelligence. A lot of us as a culture, as a black people, we have to tap into our emotional intelligence, and sometimes we have to, instead of reacting off emotions, you dig what I'm saying, kind of think about what we got, think about things. It's about thinking about things first before you say it, before you do something, before you react. You know what I'm saying? And we as a people, we're so, we've been so programmed. One of our survival skills is to attack one another. It's kind of it's twisted in a way, man. That's a damn good question. It's hard for me to answer that.
Yeah, and I was just earlier I was thinking about that. Are we actually, instead of communicating or understanding or even overstanding and understanding, are we in this phase where we just trauma bond? We just bond the trauma. There be a trauma here, and we just automatically start bonding to it because somebody, people can initiate a thought, and that thought can just spin out of control, and everybody just like run to it and be like, ah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 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 and they don't really know that the incident, or it might have spiraled out of somebody that was suffering from trauma, or somebody that was just, at that time had was ill tempered.
Right.
Imagine a society devoid of social vices, where we could just simply focus on creating value in our culture.
Um, Melly, a lot of brothers and sisters right now. I'm fortunate enough to travel and go see a lot of people and talk to a lot of different people,
Uh huh.
different demographics, man. We as a people, man, we like I said, we striving to get there. Some of the when it comes to value, I think we as a people, you know what I'm saying, we're not only are we starting to understand our self worth and our value. You know what I'm saying? I want to go back to what you were saying earlier about the emotional intelligence and how we respond to one another. You know, you know, like anything, certain things take time. I still believe that we need to sit down and learn how to communicate with each other without getting pissed off and without getting in our feelings, man.
Uh
The
huh.
value part of it, I value myself. I value my friendships and I value my relationships, man. And, so I'm very careful about how I move, what I do, what I say, where I go. You know what I mean? So I know that we as a people, we still got a lot of striving to do. You know what I mean? And then you got a lot of people from an individual basis. You got people that need to work on their own shit. You know what I'm saying? Work on their own individual. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with themselves and how they respond to certain things. You know what I mean? So that's my take on that.
Right, right. I send you a copy of the peace agreement. And proper education always correct error. That's what peace stands. The acronym for peace is proper education always correct errors. And I think
That's true.
and if we initiate the peace agreement, I'm talking about not only in California, I'm talking about across the United States, where we reach into DC and we reach into New York, Jersey, Texas, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia, and all the neighboring cities and all the Dallas and Fort Worth and Houston, all the way back up from San Diego, all the way back up to the Bay and all in between. I think that if we could just get a cohesiveness and a coalition of brothers and individuals to just sit down and listen to one another without over talking one another, without, being overly critical and trying to, do what I would like to say is discredit brothers, based on past or put them in a bad, because everybody got the right to change, right? Am I correct? Do we
No,
all evolve? Do we all
correct.
change? Are we just am
You
I
are,
the same person I was 10 years ago? Absolutely not.
right, 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 right. Well, you know what, change is good, and then you got a lot of people that's not. You got some people. I kind of deal with the same shit down here with some of the brothers that I grew up with, because my ideas and the way that I move nowadays is not what they're used to seeing me move a particular type of way. They're not used to this. They're used to pro ball. They're not used to ball game. You dig what I'm saying? So they don't understand it. You got some people who, they don't they want you to be where they want you to be where you used to be, because that's what they're comfortable with. You understand what I'm saying? And you got a lot of people that's not receptive to change. You
Uh-huh.
know what I mean? And that's why you got a lot of people still stuck in the hoods. That's why you got a lot of people. You got people. You know what I'm saying? Who they live in a box. Their box is the neighborhoods that they live in, the people that they grew up with. They're not receptive to going out and meeting new people, um, um, obtaining new relationships. Just listening to other ideas, being receptive to other cultures, their ideas, the way that they live, and all those types of things. That's why, I get on that airplane and I go other places. I meet other people.
Tell
And
us tell us about your experiences in Atlanta, because you've been going down there working with Killer Mike, what is it, Foodie?
my homeboy Floaty, yeah, Flow Nut,
Floaty
yeah.
from the Goody Mob, and also CeeLo Green, and a couple of others. Talk to us about that, because I think that's important.
Well, Killer Mike, that was my first time meeting him, but I was invited to his listening party. He has an album coming out, and
Uh-huh.
uh, and the two songs that I heard at the listening party, was just off the chain. One thing that I kind of dig about Killer Mike, even though the brother is who he is, you know what I'm saying, he always comes back to his neighborhood. Where I went to the listening party was in East Point, Georgia, Atlanta, outside of where they all grew up at. It was in a warehouse. Killer Mike owned the warehouse. He had a bunch of nice classical cars, and we went in and just met a lot of good people, and just treated me as if he knew me for 30 years and 40 years, and very influential brother, real sharp, and I went down there to see my brother, my daughter, and everything, but I also went down there to push a national agenda on peace, on no shots fired. And a lot of those brothers down there, they was receptive to that. That's what we're doing down here in San Diego. I talked to Stan Shepard. Stan called me the other day, introduced me to a young brother that's coming up, a young rapper by the name of Deez. Was on the phone with them for about an hour and a half. Just, me and
ECDs.
Stan had it. Yeah, man. And me and Stan had it. We had a real good talk, and we talked for about an hour and a half just about some of the ideas. What can we do to take this message nationally? And me starting in Atlanta, I'm gonna be in Houston real soon. You know what I mean? Just to get that type of celebrity status to not only listen to what I was saying, but to be like, you know what, Mike, this right here is way, way cool. You know what I'm saying? We support this.
It
You know
is.
what I'm saying? We're gonna connect you with some of the grassroots organizations and with some of the people down there. Some of the people that's in Atlanta that's on that same agenda, but they need an identity. They need training. They need to learn how to really go out and reach these young brothers and try to get them to change their mindset. Because Atlanta, of course, as we know, is different from California. You know what I mean? you know. But in every demographic, man, these brothers, they can be touched. They're reachable. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of these young men that actually want to do something different with their lives. So, you know, my trip to Atlanta was not only was it pleasure. I mean, Atlanta, man, you know, just the brothers and sisters out there, way cool. Some of the negative aspects of Atlanta and some of how they get down out there, that's their business. But you know, I made a lot of progress, man, and I put it out there, man, that you know, if we gonna push the nonviolence and the intervention and all that, the gang interventionists in San Diego and LA and Compton, Sacramento, some of these other places, why can't we push it in some of these other demographics? Because those are still black people as well. So I think that the message needs to be pushed nationally, not just where I'm at.
And to add what you just said, we are responsible because the origin of these gangs came from where? California.
Right here, San Diego, Compton, LA.
And it's just like any cancer. Everybody know what cancer does. It has a tendency to spread, and I don't see this cancer different from any other cancer because it's spreading.
Yeah, that part. Hold on for a second, brother. Let me see if I can get it. I'm gonna have to get on another device. This is about to go dead. Hold on. I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna come right back in. Okay? You hear me, Melly? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ballgame.
Okay, I'm gonna leave out and then I'm gonna come right back in. I'm gonna get because this device is
okay.
About
Good.
To die. All
right. Okay. Yeah. I think the thing about it, right? Can we look beyond our faults and see the need of one another? Is that even possible? You know, we like I say, we purposely seek out relationship with extremes, high and lows, for some reason as a people, and that's including me. I'm not taking myself out of that equation, but what I am doing because I was able to reassign my DNA and free myself from ancestral trauma while mastering soul lessons. I was able to watch the abundant flow. I was able to just let it flow. Yeah, Stanley Pitt's wife just called me. I'm gonna call her back. But shout out to, my condolences to Stanley right now. His wife was just calling me just now while we on live. But I will get back to her once we get off the live. Man, it was a lot of people don't know that me and Stan had a history before just what we call blue and red and all this, I call it a ball of confusion because that's what it is. It's just a ball of confusion. And you'll be surprised to how many older people that are now even on walker canes and wheelchairs and barely can stand up, still hold on to those, whatever those tenets are, whatever those articles of being a Damu or Kiwi, they still hold on to it for the life of me. I don't get it because maybe it was just easier for me to remove it from me because I used like this. I just used the chemotherapy. I used chemotherapy and rid myself of that because at the end of the day, I know there's no pension, there's no retirement, there's no benefits, there's no perks. What are the perks of it? What are the perks? Can anybody name the perks of being in that situation? There's no benefits, there's no perks. You got on two devices. There's no perks in being in that equation.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can. Okay. Yeah, I was explaining. Stanley Pitt's wife just called me and while we was on live, so I'm gonna call her right back.
Yeah, Stan passed
once we
away,
get off.
Yeah.
Man, and trust me, man, that man was a hand god from over there. You know, regardless of what anybody else think or say, he was a hand god over there, and he was a giant over there on that east side. He was a real giant. And I know this is a little off the subject, but I had to just say that. And I'm gonna do a whole thing on Stan when I talk to his wife and I get her blessings on it. Once I get her blessings, then nothing else matters to me, because that's his wife is his legal guardian, or his person that has control over his censorship. That's it. So nothing else matter at that. But anyway, ball game. So when you was down in Atlanta, how did that really go for you? I mean, they made you feel really at home, and you enjoyed yourself, and you was able to.
They did. You know what I mean? But you got to think about it. You know, my brother been living in Atlanta for 24 years. My daughter been down there. My daughter's a police officer down there, so my daughter been down there for 9 years now. So I go to Atlanta regularly, but I had never thought about linking up with these people. CeeLo came out here, did a show. I pulled up on him, and we were talking about some things. And, he was like, Mike, this was about 7-8 months ago, 9 months ago. He was like, Mike, you need to push that line down in Atlanta. The brothers down there is tripping. And that's when it went. That's when it went on for me. When the red light, well, actually the green light, because red light means stop, but the green light went on for me. Like, you know what? Yes, if we're pushing peace in our neighborhoods here in the 619 and some of these other places, LA, Compton, and all this old types of thing, then this same message, it can go national. You know what I mean? And I think,
Right.
From all the experience that I have and all the trainings that I've been through, you know what I'm saying? I can help some of those grassroots organizations down there implement a no shots fired, a season of peace, and all those things. And like I said, for me, my thing it's like if we can just save one person, that it's always going to be that disclaimer. If we can just save 1 or 2 people, then we've done our job. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. Take Monroe's question right there, ball game.
Which one? Our problem is, our problem is Marori. Okay, let me see. Our problem is we as a people believe that if one of our own make it, there'll be a huddle to our success. Yeah, you know what I mean? I think that my thing is, when somebody does make it, you understand what I'm saying? Every once in a while, you can't take everybody with you. Like my homeboy Mitchy Slick would always say, like, he's doing well, but he would always say, like, damn, I can't take everybody with me because everybody can't be where I need to be. You know, understand what I'm saying? Everybody needs to put themselves in a position, you understand, to where they can be successful, do some of the things, establish and develop some of the relationships where they're at. Then we all can come to the table, get together, you dig what I'm saying, and we can pool our resources to end up helping other people elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I believe in, and that's what I'm on right now. So that was a good statement by that brother.
Right. Yeah, and he said our egos are fragile. Our fragile egos don't allow us to be helped up by what we perceive as a lesser person, lesser because they look like us. We perceive ourselves less than human. I don't know if I believe that, but I would hope that Christy Jones, you got the link, click the link and come on in.
Well, the thing is, just on that last part, he said we perceive ourselves less than human. No, that's not it, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely know that we're human. We definitely know, you know what I'm saying, that we're superior. Why? You know what I'm saying? Because in other people, who think they're actually superior to us, they're actually recessive. That's why I call them recessives. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because their DNA can't duplicate with ours. You know what I'm saying? Now, our thinking as a people, as a black people, you know what I'm saying? We have to get out that. We have to get out that thinking. We have to tell ourselves that not only are we superior, you dig what I'm saying? We know what we've done not only for this country, you understand what I'm saying, but who we should look in the mirror and know who we are as a people. Man, we're a dynasty as a people, and whenever you're a dynasty, whenever you're a king or queen or some of these other things, you dig what I'm saying? You're gonna have these. You're gonna have these outside entities trying to attack. You understand what I'm saying? The very same thing that they don't, not only that they don't want you to know what you are, you understand what I'm saying? They're going to attack when you say that you are. They're going to attack and say, well, no, you're not. And this is why. People think that slavery was people think that slavery was well, slavery has had a very detrimental impact on the way that we think and how we do right now. But actually, you know what I'm saying? Slavery actually, as far as I'm concerned, has put us in a position to where now we're starting to say, wait a minute, we know what you motherfuckers did to us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we are more, we are a dynasty as a people. Exactly, you goddamn right. And the thing is, we're starting to understand it. This is the reason why that punk motherfucker down there in Florida, DeSantis, if I ever seen him, I like to slap the shit out of
DeSantis?
him. Yeah, DeSantis, he's a bitch. I would like to chuck him heads up with him. He's a mark. So anyway, but that's the reason why he's trying to eliminate exactly what he's trying to eliminate what he calls the woke concept, whatever the bullshit is. I don't know if it's woke. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what he's trying to do down there in Florida, but with the influence of social media and all that type of shit, he can ban all the books and all that bullshit he wants to in these educational institutions down there in Florida. You understand what I'm saying? But the internet is 200 times more influential than all of that. Why? Because you got people that don't even read no more. It's this right here. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be able to stop anything. You know what I'm saying? So we as a people, we should know who we are, what we're about, where we come from, what we do, and our self-esteem, you dig what I'm saying, should divulge in that. Knowing who we are, people. How you doing, Chrissy, my sister? I ain't seen her in a while.
I'm good, and you? I
I'm
can't
doing
complain.
well, my sister. Blessings. Good to see your face.
Likewise, likewise.
Thank you.
How you been?
I can't complain, Melly.
Yeah. So what you got on the subject?
Um, I don't. I just tuned in right now. It's like hearing y'all speaking, and then I heard
You
some
got
of
to give her
y'all.
some time, Melly. You can't shoot her into
I'm,
the fire that fast.
I
I
heard.
know. I'm gonna give her. I'm gonna
I
give
heard.
her the background is emotional intelligence. Are
I'm
we?
gonna say
Are
this.
we actually? Are we promoting our culture? Or are we seeking out relationships with extreme highs and lows? Are we in the environmental denial based on the environments that we live in? Are we in denial of what's in front of us?
I believe. I
And it's all
believe.
about. Go ahead.
I believe that a lot of us are in denial. Some of us have not grasped the situation yet, and it might be a long time before people grasp the situation, because a lot of people don't really grasp what's really going on in this life right now. And I'm just talking about not even on the game banking level. I'm talking about on a level of like black people are so behind right now. And to be honest, it's like when you tell them something, it's like you just talking to the wall. So therefore, like, how can you get it? Like, just like how we came up, and this is a different chapter in our life right now, as we didn't did all the dumb foolish things we didn't did as we was younger, but as of right now we on our grown tip and our maturity tip. So it's like we know the difference now. But just look, we living in a different time in the world right now. So these
You're
people,
right, right.
they have not actually picked up, how can I say, the things that they're doing right now is going to take a while before they even grasp the concept. It might take another 20, 30 years, but who's to say that their life will be in the area of what we was at? We were blessed when we was coming through. You know what I'm saying? So life has changed since that past tense time. You get what I'm saying? So gang banging is even totally different now from where it was when you guys was gang banging out there. You understand what I'm saying? You could go to this person house, that person house, but now things are totally different. The people that was your best friends, the people that were close friends, it's no longer your friends. People like backdooring people nowadays. You don't know who you can trust now. So it's like, you know, it's either it's, to me, I feel like the world is like every man for himself right now.
Yeah, and I said this at the opening. What fascinates me is hardly anyone is wondering what we actually doing to one another. And
That's
shout out to Stan. I see you, Stan. And most Christy, most accept the work, eat, entertainment, drinking, and smoking and sleep cycle as life. They accept that as life, and they have no desire for deeper understanding. Like right now we have a very deep, a higher level conversation, right? But
yes.
if we were talking about strictly gang, it'll be 100 some people in this chat right now.
Right.
But due to the fact that we're talking about elevating the consciousness, repairing the people, they don't really want to. They don't want to understand that. They don't understand the deeper understanding, the purpose of Black people. We are we actually more close to trauma bonding. We bond in trauma.
We're
Well,
You
you
get
all
what I'm
we're
saying? When
yes,
I say
yes,
we bond in trauma, soon
yes.
as a
know, yeah,
trauma, we bond in it. We quickly to bond in trauma.
Like basically, and it's really false because we're just coming together because there's blood has been shedded on some type of platform, a payment. I mean, and so it's like we all supposed to be coming together. But soon as this all like leaves away, and these people bury their family members, then it's like the situation is gone again. Like what I mean? It's just constantly occurring. So that's why I said like you really don't know who to trust. What I'm saying? Like love is not the same as love was before. What I'm saying? Loyalty is not loyalty anymore. It's like things are totally different now. What I mean? And it's sad to say, but we should be in a time of right now where everybody have a lot of trauma on their life. So therefore we should be, thank you, babe. We should be in the area of where we at least trying to heal.
Right.
let me
Shout out
interject
to
on what
Demon. Shout out to Stan the Man. Appreciate you guys.
Stan the Man, Demon. How's everybody doing out there? Marlena, what's up, baby? Love you, girl. This is the thing. Let me interject on what Chrissy was just saying, and that's another thing that we have to start dealing with our trauma. And that's one thing that I've done as an individual. I've been trying to deal. I never realized that I had PTSD, that I had, from the banging and from all those types of things. And once I started realizing what was going on with me, my brother and I, I have a brother named Melly as well. Me and my brother Melly Mel would talk about, some of the trauma that we went through when we were kids growing up, and not realizing how it shaped, how we would defend ourselves, or or how we would put up certain barriers, you understand what I'm saying, and not let people in for a long time, and even still to this day, I have trust issues. I don't just allow anybody into my circle. You know what I'm saying? It'd be
As you
why,
should. As
yeah,
you
as I
should.
should. Thank you, Christy, because I don't just allow anybody into my circle, because my intentions, I can probably be a best friend to you, but you might not necessarily be a best friend to me. And
Right.
and what I do is I try to lead by example, but I can also smell the bullshit from a mile away.
Hmm.
You dig
But
what I'm
that's
saying?
that's 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 still kind of, if that's analogy, that's still kind of like called like playing in it a little bit though.
Say that again, Christy.
It's still in nationality. It's still kind of like it's still like you playing in it, even if you can smell it from a mile away. If it's
God dang
around you,
right.
if it's around you,
Yeah.
it's around you. It's still in your habitat, so it's not safety there. And that's the
Well,
thing
well,
where that's what
what
we
I've
get.
learned. Oh, I'm
That's what we.
sorry, but go
That's
ahead,
what we.
baby. I interrupted you. I'm
That's what
sorry.
we mess. That's what we mess up at, because some point of time when you're getting more mature in life and your life is changing and you're shedding the old things off and becoming new, and you continue to have the same past life around you, then therefore sometimes these type of things is the things that's going to come back to hunt you. If you know that they're there, why even stay in the same facility that they're in? You have to change
That's
your
what
whole
that's that's
location.
what that's what
You know what I'm
that
saying?
was my next interjection, was that, when I see the bullshit coming, I normally remove myself from it,
Yeah.
because I'm still one of those brothers. I have low tolerance for bullshit. You know what I mean? And I've learned over the years how to regulate my emotions, because I used to go from 0 to 60 in a minute, and
Mm-hmm.
having that type of temper, you know what I'm saying, can get you killed, or it also can put you in a situation where you kill somebody. Now you're spending the rest of your life in prison.
Right.
Or something.
For a temporary match, when the next day you would have been
Yeah,
all
for
right.
something, right, and then for something that you could have, maybe something you could have talked out. If you know what I'm saying, if you was tuned into your emotional intelligence,
Yeah.
it could have probably been something that you could have talked out with your brother or your sister. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And
But
we
Ball
have to
game. Go out
everybody
and
have to
come
be
back
on.
in because you breaking up really bad now.
Can you hear me?
go out and come back in. Okay.
Yeah, go out and come back in.
Okay. Send a link real quick, Melly. I don't want to have to find
It's
the
in the
link.
chat. You don't see it?
Yeah, it is, but it's way up somewhere. I don't want to have to find it. Just put
Okay,
it back in.
okay, got it. Let's see. Yeah, so shout out to DJ Vegas. Um, Let me ask you this, Christy. Rumors, can they make you dislike innocent people?
I'm gonna say this: they can, because always remember, a lie always sounds better than the truth, but it depends on the receiver. It depends on based on who the receiver is. If the receiver enjoy hearing something like that, then maybe you just don't have to analyze the liar. You got to analyze the receiver as well, because if y'all have a good communication level, I feel like as now that's the problem with grown people. If we're grown, if we're adults, if we're having conversations, if we're interacting with each other on day-to-day basis or through our life or whatever the case may be, I feel like as two adults or three adults, whoever, four adults, I feel like if something has been said, whoever the person is, if they told you, they should be able to own up to whatever they said or come ask you, is that true, before they automatically accuse or lie against or say something that you may have said, which you may not have said.
Uh-huh.
Because we too old to be playing Mickey Mouse games out here. You know what I mean? And that's only, you address it only if they worth addressing it. If they're not worth
So
addressing,
what you
then
saying, the one talking may be the one you need to stay away from.
yes. If they actually, that's just like if somebody come to you and they saying something about me or whatever. I feel like if a person entertain that, that means maybe that's something that they might want to hear. You understand what I'm saying? And but if a person like, you know what, I don't even want to hear that, or this, or you talk to them about that, I'm gonna respect that other person more better for even saying that. You know what I mean? But
Right.
because you as a person, that me and you, we communicate on levels, it's like, okay, well, where did this come from? You know what I mean? So therefore I'm gonna have to question both situations, not just one,
Uh-huh.
but both, but me personally, I'm not gonna lie, like I am a people person, but I am a loner, like, so I stay to myself like 90% of the time. Like, I love people, don't get me wrong, but 90% of the time I'm a loner because I know I got weird ways.
What you mean by
Yeah.
that?
Like, it could be like when I say that, like, it could be somebody that just said something to me, like on the point of like where my mind could be totally on some like clear headed stuff, and then you might say something weird to
What do
me,
you mean by that?
like, this the last time I'm gonna be sitting next to you, or you gonna be in my presence. I ain't gonna say, I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying, remove you out my way.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, we on two different levels.
Uh-huh. Ball game, what you got to say in that regard?
Well,
I
like I
think
said,
because we all have to be wise and get to know people, right? I mean, that's the right thing to do, right?
Yes,
well,
it is.
my thing is the work that I do. I have to engage with people. I have to be around people. You know what I'm saying? But what I do is, I pick and choose my battles wisely. You know what I'm saying? Now, just because the work that I do, I have to talk to a lot of people. But the people that I'm talking to might not necessarily going to be my friends. I'm kind of like Chrissy. 90% of the time, I'm by myself, and I enjoy that. The reason that I enjoy it, the other 10 or 15%, when I'm out in the community talking to people, talking to mayors, talking to city council people about funding these youth programs, all these, you know what I'm saying? That's my motivation to get out there and do something for the community, try to give back to something that I was responsible for fucking up. The thing is, nowadays, once I'm finished doing that, then I love the other 85%. I love my space being. I don't let anybody penetrate my space, man, because like I said, I have trust issues nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And I'm real skeptical of people. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one of my survival mechanisms, is to keep people out my mix, keep people out my bullshit, so that I can continue to have the peace that I have. Man, when I'm in my home, man, I'm at peace. And I just don't, I tell my son and my daughter, When y'all come over here, don't my daughter crazy as all outdoors. She love to come in singing and laughing and making a lot. I'll tell her, hey, shh, you're disturbing my peace. And she'd be like, oh, daddy, but I just, I'm with Christy on that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that, we love people, but at the same time, we still have to protect, our inner peace, you know what I'm saying, by keeping people over here. Because when you engage with a whole lot of people, sooner or later there's going to be some bullshit coming down the line. Like you said, we talking about something positive. Nobody's really on probably watching because they want to hear the negative. Black people is all about the bullshit. And how do we change that mindset? Because you made a good point just now. If we was talking about some game, if I tell a story about right now, by the time me and one of the homeboys did a home invasion, you probably had 200 people on here listening to that story and enjoying it. You understand what I'm saying? But they don't want to talk about this right here.
Stan say he agree with you, Ballgame. Maori, take Maori's questions, Chrissy. You see it right there?
I really need my glasses on.
You like me? We blind. You heard it. Not like
I'll read it to you. If the receiver enjoys the negativity in the rumor being spread, they will likely perpetuate the negative outcome without non-biased analysis. Mm-hmm. Credit the legates.
That's true. That's true. But and I also wanted to say this too. I wanted to clear that up. Like when I said that I am a loner 90% of the times. But when I do step out, like I can be social. I can be communicating and different things like that. But I'm just personally saying my personal space where I live at, like where I'm at, majority of the time. But when
when you out and about, you be just like this here.
Well, you know what, but that's a part of that PTSD that we all suffer. I do the same thing.
I don't think I got PTSD. I don't want to pick
that. Well, let me not speak for Miss Chrissy, but I do, Chrissy. I don't.
Oh, he was saying credit to the lady guest. Shout out to my boy Ghost out in DC. DC in the house.
Yeah, much respect to Ghost.
Thank you.
So, but for me, I got PTSD. When I got stabbed, it was from the back. When I got shot, broke my arm, hit me in my shoulder, it was from the back. So, like right now, if I go to a restaurant, I like to turn my back up against a wall or something. It's like this habit. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm in line ordering food, I don't like nobody standing behind me, so I'll stand off to the side. You know what I'm saying? So I deal with certain PTSDs, but
some of that might not be PTSD. Some of that might be your past life.
What do you mean by that?
His past life. I mean, he's a hood dude. So therefore, you when all your life you stayed on guard. Like, you know what I mean? In that type of lifestyle, when you was in that lifestyle, you was on guard, So by you being on guard,
hey, there he is.
Say hi, babe. Tell him hi. So those
what's
type
up,
of
boy?
things happen. He paying attention.
He's trying to figure out what's going on.
So those type of things, they have not left you yet. You know what I mean? He said, hi.
Now you want to say hi when grandma trying to make a point.
Yeah.
Hey, in his past life, he was a cop.
Yeah, so that's like some of that stuff is still airing off of you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gone yet. This is the reason why we're talking about past trauma. You know what I mean? Because it is trauma. Because it's like how you didn't trespass up against somebody else, and someone is trespassed up against you as well. So those are natural instincts when you still really in that. I ain't gonna say in that life. Put it this way: you might not still be in that lifestyle, but you still, your ears are still to the streets.
For me, it's been over 27 years, and I still move the way that I move. You know what I mean? And I will give you all a story, Melly. I didn't tell you about 6 months ago. I had to tip somebody up in the Ralph store, right?
No, go ahead, give it to us.
Well, speaking on what she was saying, I was in the store with Mish, and we getting a couple of groceries and all that old type of shit. And this dude, I went to go run and get something. This dude kind of crashed into her basket. Mish backed up, but dude started talking shit to Mish. Wait, so when I come around the corner, he talking shit, running his mouth. So when I come around from where the cooler's at, getting whatever it was I was getting, I hear him talking shit, but Mish just standing there like this. It didn't appear to me at the time that he was talking to her. So I roll up on her. I said, "What's up, baby girl? What's happening?" I said, "Who this motherfucker told? Who pissed him off?" And she said, "This dude done ran into my cart." Make a long story short, I say, "Is you talking to her?" "Yeah, I'm talking to her." "Who is you?" Then I come around the cart. I tell her to move the cart out the way. I said, "Check this out, man. This is my baby. This is my girl. Who in the fuck you think you talking to?" And he got to run off, and I just took off, blah, dropped him, and then picked up the basket and slammed it on his fucking face. All the shit that was in our basket went flying everywhere. People in the lines got to screaming and running. That was the first incident. That's 6 months ago. That's the first incident that I've ever been in physically in the past 20-something years, man. And I lost it, and she had to snap me up out of it, man.
Can I ask y'all a question? How can I say it? What would you say is totally different about you now that that you have interviewed yourself, your inner self? What would you say that is different about you from when you basically start doing a cleansing on your life, changing your life, like transitioning over from another lifestyle into the lifestyle that you're trying to become now?
Well, let me answer that. Exactly what I was just talking about when I was able to walk away from conflict. For me, that's when I was able to walk away from conflict and not even engage in it. That's when I knew there was some hope for me. But here it is, 6 months ago, 20-something years later, that situation, I could have easily said, "Mish, let's just get up out of here before I fuck this motherfucker up." But what I did was I decided to fuck him up.
Well, that's kind of a natural instinct for a man to protect his queen. And I don't see, to me, I think that it was something that had to be done because you gave the guy the opportunity. He could have just said, "Hey man, you know what, bro? My bad. I apologize. Let me go on and get about this situation." But he didn't. He tried to challenge you. And when he tried to challenge you, now you standing there before your queen, and he's trying to challenge you. You had to introduce him to some BS.
No, but I didn't even give him a chance. The thing was, when like I said, I know her. When I seen the look on her face, and normally she'd be like, "Well, babe, let's just bounce. Let's get up out of here." She kind of gave me the look like, "Fuck this fool up."
She gave you the Jada Pinkett look.
She gave me the Jada Pinkett look, man. Normally she'd be like, let's just get up. She'd like, "Let's get up out of here." And then she owns a beauty salon, so she stays strapped. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
she had the thing in her. You done been down here. You know what time it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know how she get down. So she had the thing. She was like, she gave me the look like, "Man, this motherfucker disrespected me." And when I saw that's when I reacted the way. But what if he had a pistol on him? You did. What if he was ready? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when we got back to the house, we had to kind of contemplate everything that had happened, and then all this shit is on camera. I wait about 2 or 3 weeks because there's another store just a couple of miles away from. I started going in that store. When I go back to the store 3 weeks later, the manager pulled me to the side, a Mexican chick. She said, that guy that you, she said he always comes in here and he's an asshole. He's always bullying people in here. So so she tell me that her and the management staff and Ralph's didn't turn over the tape to the police.
Oh man, that's cool.
Because they like whoever this motherfucker is, he come into the store and he fucking with people.
So he already had a bully reputation.
He already had a bully reputation before. I ain't never ran into this motherfucker in the store. You know what I'm saying?
Marlena say shoot first, ball game.
Goddamn right. That's what I did from the shoulders. You know what I mean? But you know, just to answer our prestigious hostess, to answer her question, is that's when I realize I can walk away from certain things, Christy, is when I realize that I think I might be on to something. I think I might be on to actual change. Because there was one time where I ain't walking away from shit.
Mm-hmm.
To answer that question.
How about you, Melly?
Give me the question again, Christy.
I said, what do you feel that's how can I say what is it about yourself that you know that you changed that's from back then to now that's different about yourself? What are some of the things that you looked at yourself, interviewed yourself on, and the things that you know that's different about yourself now?
99.1% my behavior has changed, and I'm more, because here's the thing, right? You can be in a situation, and this has nothing to do with what ball game it was going through, but sometimes if you just give it a moment, it could just pass by you. You understand? And I'm not even relating this to what ball game had was totally different to what we're talking about. Right. And the reason why, because the guy made an action towards his queen. When that's done, it's over with.
It ain't no talking.
You can't even think about it. Yeah. No. As for myself, being that I matured and I try to understand the inner me versus the outer me. The outer me would do some outrageous, crazy stuff. Sometimes, even at this point right now, I think about some of the things I used to do, Christy, and it scares me. Yeah. And I try to question God. How did I even get past? Just like when I got to the shootout with the cops, and how did I survive the situation? How did I make it out of that trauma situation? You understand? Mm-hmm. And for the lack of better words, I think that sometimes that people see you now and they don't know who you were back then, and they lost that because that life is fast, it's fleeting. They don't remember that, and they don't know. Yeah, they don't know that one time you was an animal.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because we all have animal instincts in us. You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, how come
and that's why I say, the lion and tiger may be more powerful, but you've never seen a wolf perform in a circus.
Right.
No.
And I don't perform for circuses. I don't.
But that's a good point, Melly. But I just want to address Christy. Well, we all got animal instincts. How come I can't have a tribe full of females? How come I can't have 8, 9 of them that I'm only one mating with them?
I said we had a little bit of animal instinct in it.
She switched that up.
but you might not even need. You might have animal.
You're right, OG Green. You're right, OG Green. If you can survive the world without any smut on your name, you're right. But there's so many people the thing about that though, OG Green, how do people get to pick and choose? Because you got people that protect smut, and you got people that put smut out, but they pick and choose the smut that they let you know about and the smut that they hide, and that's the problem with it.
They smother
Well,
it,
you
huh?
know, but you know, but you know, let's talk about these platforms for a second.
Okay.
When we're on these platforms and we talk about certain things, we kind of have to be careful because of that. What he said, you know, you can go a whole lifetime without no smut on your name, but now with this giant thing called the internet and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all these things, you can do something, say something, you understand what I'm saying? And people will misconstrue your words and all those types of things. You dig what I'm saying?
Every time.
Put smut on your reputation there. You know, we have to be careful, you know what I'm saying? You know, with a lot of things that we do. You dig what I'm saying? That was a good question at OG Green. OG Green, much respect, homie.
Ballgame, think about this for a moment, right? Now that we in the virtual metaverse, they got something called AI, right? Artificial intelligence.
Oh yeah, what about
And this is what they're doing with artificial intelligence. They can call your house, and when you pick up the phone, it'll sound and it'll appear that it's Mish. And you would think it's Mish because you will hear her voice. And she'll be telling you that she's in trouble and you need to send some money, blah, 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 blah. And right there, you might get hysterical and you might be getting confused because you actually hearing her voice. And you in your mind, you don't have no reason to discard or distrust that this is Mish. But guess what it is? AI. You got people running those type of schemes now, right now, as we speak on the internet. They'll call Christy. They'll call you, and it'll be dirt. It'll sound like dirt and everything, and you'll be thinking it's him. But what you do when you do get those calls, you tell them, okay, FaceTime me. Let's do a video. Because a lot of people right now, I was just reading it the other day, that a lot of this AI is taking place to where they scamming people and they getting money out of people based on they're saying they kidnap their loved ones or they holding them captive or they're not going to let them go until you send X amount of dollars and you will hear their voice plead and say, please help me, Christy, they got me, blah, blah, blah. And you will believe it's him. That's scary.
Mm-hmm. It really That is.
There's a site been up since 2009 or 10 called Quora. Youngsters are going on Quora and they asking the questions, how can I join a gang? And what gang do you think I should join? And Quora give them an answer. Go check it out. Don't take my word for it. Go QUROA, Quora.
Text me the information because I'm glad that you just armed me with that information because I need to be, because I'm, we talked about this Atlanta thing going back down there, and I want to be able to share some of this information with these people because I got Houston coming up and I got Chicago as well. And
I think it's QOURA, something like that, Quora. But anyway,
that's to me. But that's scary. That's effed up.
Yeah, so now you got all these different with the 3D printer machine, you got all these prosthetics being made up. They got masks and sleeves and arms, and you think it's a black person, but underneath it is a white person, and then they can change their voice. They make their voice sound African. They can do all kind of stuff with AI now. And I'm telling you, it's really scary, but the thing about us as a people, what we don't understand, we so busy bickering and finding fault in each other and going back and forth and doing all, we don't even realize all these things are happening. And we wind up, say again?
All these things
we wind up being information poor because we don't have this information, but all the time it's been happening. We just late to the table. Shout out to my boy Archangel 7. What's going on, my guy? See, Archangel, I'm sure he's up on it because he's always on Instagram, constantly sending me things and he's always up on what the technologies is and how they move, and he's always searching. And I respect that. I appreciate that, Archangel.
Well, tell him to hit my Instagram up, because I would like to be privy to that knowledge as well.
Hit up the ball game, man. Eat the ball game, man. On Instagram.
Now it's it's Michael the ball game. Michael with a Y.
Michael the ball game.
Yeah, Michael the ball game. My first name and then the ball game. You know, and that's the reason why I like to probe your mind, Melly, because I don't learn a lot. You know,
it's called Cora. The website is called Cora. Marlena Cora.
And I don't learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was telling you yesterday. Like, you know, every once in a while, send me something. If I'm not privy to, if you reading something, let me know what it is so I can go and study it and do my research as well. Because I like to do a lot of research.
Did you listen to 19 Keys? You see how deep that conversation was?
Man, look here, man. I had to rewind it back, Melly. You know what I mean? Because when something that I had to rewind it back, because when something that deep, you know, you got to listen. You can't be distracted.
No, you're right.
Yeah, yes, Maury. Yeah. You know. It said ball game. Mike referred B-ball with me a few years back. Good ref, respect. Yeah, I you know, it's funny that you say that, Malik, because Yogi, the signer for San Diego right now, him and Charlton Lynch, they both been getting at me to come back to referee football and basketball. I think I'm gonna do it because of all the years. And then, you know, they saying there's a shortage and the money is good. So, and then I need to get my ass back out there on the court and on the football field and start seeing these youngsters get down again. So I think I'm gonna do it this year. Yeah.
Right on, man.
You know what I mean?
So what you got anything else to add, Christy?
I don't know. I just think that, like what you're saying, like it's a lot of, it's a lot of things being threw out there right now. So it's like basically you hitting certain things about life, but the true understanding of them governing the situation that's really actually going on, because everybody don't have a listening ear to receive the things that's going on. So it's like, if you don't hear nothing, you don't know nothing. The things is invisible, you don't see it.
Yeah, they distracted. They distracted by IG models, strippers, twerkers. They distracted by men that love man butt and all that different stuff. And they distracted by pornography. They distracted by even sports. Could be a distraction if you know that there's some important information coming out and you opt out to go watch the sports when you know you should have been on that information. That's even a distraction. So yeah, you got so many things.
Anything, the smallest things could be used as a distraction if you're not aware. But I think that a lot of people, it's fair to say that a lot of people are taking life for granted. A lot of people are taking
I agree.
life for granted, because the most important things, like to be actually, they say, oh, we not living back in the time that we were living in. And they're right, because when we were coming up back then, life was moving way more. But as we had kids and we got older and started having grandkids and different things like that, we living in a new life. So it's like life is moving real fast now. So they have a different lifestyle, So it's like right now, a lot of people, if mental health is on the rise right now, so heavy right now. Mental health is so heavy right now. You know what I'm saying? Not even just anxiety is heavy right now. You know what I'm saying? Just overly anxious is over the rate right now. You know what I'm saying? And all they're doing is medicating people. So a lot of people right now in the world is like zombies, because 9 times out of 10, like a lot of them are higher. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, in order to get their attention, how you gonna get their attention if they're doped up? You know what I'm saying? So therefore, because this is a new type of drug, this ain't cocaine that they smoking. You know what I'm saying? So this is something totally different from back in the days that mom and pops them used to be smoking. You know what I'm saying? Like as a party drug, So it's like
that's for you, ball game.
That's like totally different.
Couple of long hair tattoos. All right, good looking. To interject off what Chrissy was saying, see, I'm a licensed clinician. So, I work for the county of San Diego mental health, and she's right. You know what I'm saying? We can take, depending on what the diagnosis is, schizophrenia affective, with bipolar type, all these types of things, you got, and then you got to think about, a lot of these clients, they have suicidal ideology, paranoid, they have all these different things. They, you know what I'm saying? I've been working in this field for 7 years. And it's very unfortunate unless they're not just severe, medication is the only thing that stabilizes them. And then the county, all the county does, they keep them on because they get funded by it. I'm just gonna say this is off the subject.
And it's sad to say because it's not even fixing the problem. It's really not fixing the problem, to be honest with you. And the sad part about it is that it's the mental health, they not even equipped to help mental people.
They not.
No,
they not.
Half of the mental health people are mentally, excuse my French, fucked up too. You give it I'm just keeping it real. So therefore, you might got, and I don't like nobody that used to do drugs or anything like that, because it's been a drug hit in everybody family member. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, I love our family no matter whatever drug they do or whatever the case may be. But what I will say is that they got people that's on drugs that's working behind the thing, that's coming in there, that's feeding people the drugs. You know what I'm saying? And when they mental is not even right, you're giving them different type of medications and different formats that, like, shut them up. They drooling. They don't understand if they going or coming or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be something that's placed over that family, reason why that child or that man or that girl is actually having the battles that they're having.
They starting to give them something that's a little bit more powerful in the form of an injection.
Them psychotropic drugs, man, Artane, Cogen and Haldol. Those are the old drugs. They got some new ones now that
new ones now where all they got to do is hit you, blah, with an injection, and you good for about 3 weeks.
And that's sad, because guess what? That's what this world is really coming down to. It's coming down to basically the pharmaceutical. It's coming down to where people not even paying attention. They're not even going to have jobs in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is based on the prison system, the jail system, and different things like that. But ain't nobody, when the stuff is going down, people are not really actually voting and going in there actually petitioning to speak up, when they should be out here actually how they at the county jail right now, trying to get their money and trying to say that the jailhouse is dirty in there. Our people need to be marching right along with them, because their kids is up in there. They family up in there. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, we sit around and we condone the stuff that they put on social media versus us sticking our head out there, basically, standing for something that's really right. We up in here like, oh, well, this and that, because guess what? It haven't hit your home yet. But when it hit your home, then you're going to want everybody else to help. But what about when them other people's family was, in a serious bond or a bad situation? And that's the sad part about it, because we thinking about the world is messed up because they moving on material things. You know what I'm saying? And material is not even worth it in the end of the day. I would never want to be rich if I have to sell my soul. You know what I'm saying? Because gain the world, and you know what I'm saying? To not have my soul, that's a bad thing. You know what I mean? So therefore, it's and you have to be careful what you ask for, because it's a lot of people out here right now. They want money, and when they get that money, they don't have no peace.
And they don't care how they get it.
And they don't care how
they get it.
And guess what? I said this on my social media page like 3 years ago, and it's so sad to say, because people really think this. They got the celebrities at nighttime. They cannot sleep at nighttime. They cannot.
Okay, I think she got kicked out. Her phone probably went dead.
YouTube like she about to spit some game.
Can you hear me?
There she go.
Yeah,
there she go.
You have celebrities, and I said this on my page 3 years ago. You have celebrities that's not sleeping at nighttime. They're looking on everybody's page at nighttime. We regular people, they're regular people too, but to other people, they like, oh, they're the shit. But they really normal people. Half of them are dope heads, half of them are going through depression, half of them going through anxiety, half of them going through suicidal thoughts. And I pray that God help every last one of them. But what I'm saying is that the money is not fixing the problem, because those are the people that's killing themselves. You know what I'm saying? They taking all type of drugs, medicating themselves up on day-to-day basis. They do not even really actually have a life, because they signed up for something that they wasn't really equipped for, but they went in. because of the sound of the price of the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's so many people right now low balling themselves. They doing anything for $1 right now. When actually a nationality, all they have to do is really like look what Melly done. He have a YouTube channel. So therefore you get paid for YouTube channels. You don't get paid for Instagram, you get paid for YouTube channels. So all they have to do is like, subscribe, and you know what I'm saying, get your followers up and get you some YouTube channels and make your own money, be your own boss. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still they have these people up here selling them a dream when you're really not making anything. And you got to pay attention to what you really actually signing up for, because guess what? You sign a contract with somebody, they might give you a contract for $100,000 or $200,000, and you thinking, oh, that's not a lot of money. Not in the time that we're living in right now. It's some money, but it's not a lot of money. But what you didn't really pay attention to is that fine for renting writing, where they didn't actually got a life insurance on you for like $2 million, $3 million, and guess what? It's been a stage a car accident and kill your ass, because guess what? You 9 times out of 10 you come from the hood, so guess what? They get you the hell up
More
out of here.
valuable to them dead than alive.
Then alive, because they gonna make money off of you. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, they let you sit around and play like everything is this and skin and grin with you, but that's a dangerous game.
Yeah, sure is.
It's a dangerous game. So you
once,
have to
once they got that life insurance policy on you, you got to watch your
They
ass.
say, yeah, that's big in Mexico.
Yeah, and it's big here too. It's big here too. It's just that a lot of people not paying attention. It's really big here. Look at them. Look at that. That could have been said. Look at them young girls and all the people that she went down there to get her body done. And when she went down there to get her body done, some of the people didn't even make it back. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't even make it back. So who's to say that wasn't already set up? You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. We don't know. We really don't know.
But look, they said the commentary across the nation is, if black people had $1 million life insurances on them, that police shootings would go down. You know what I'm saying? 90%. This is what they say.
That's right. If we took out them big, huge insurance policies, they would go down immediately.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that do have them, but that's what we need to do, is research and look in our
That's it too. Go to Quora app. That's it. That's how you can sell it. QUORA.
In the communities that we was raised around, we need to look in those communities, because a lot of people do not think that life insurance is important, or they think like, well, I ain't got it like this. But that whatever you was gonna buy, them clothes, them shoes, guess what? That can wait, because if something was to happen, people get to talking about you like, oh, I ain't got it. Why you didn't have no insurance, and different things like that. So those are many of the facts of life, because we all are not we're not exempt from it. Everybody got to die.
Yeah, but look, you know what, Chrissy? I have 6 brothers and 3 sisters.
Right.
2 of my brothers is gone, rest their souls. But the rest of my siblings, I got a $25,000 policy on every last one of them that I only pay $114 a month.
So that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
So if something happened to my brother Melly, if something happened to Lachey, if something happened to Micah, if something happened to Levan, if something happened to Shannon, if something happened to Kenyatta, if something happened to Weedy, you dig what I'm saying? At least I'm gonna have the resources at least to put them away, Swell.
You ain't got to do no guns to go fund me and sell tacos.
We ain't doing none of that. Go ahead.
But I ain't knocking the ones that do. But I'm gonna tell you this right here. The thing is that I'm gonna say this. That what you said, that's a good thing. But everybody is not in that position, because
hold on.
I'm not knocking what you said. That's what I said. I'm not knocking what you said, but everybody's not in those positions, because guess what? If you got a speeding ticket, you can be denied from life insurance. If you have a DUI, you're gonna be denied from life insurance. You know what I'm saying? If you just got out of prison and your family members want to put in life insurance on you, guess what? If you can't even get it to the man that's off probation for like at least 3 or 4 years after that, it's a lot of places that's denying you for life insurance.
It depends on the policy, baby. I just got a general policy.
Even if it's low policy.
I got a general. I have a general death policy with Allstate, and then the other 2, my 2 younger brothers with AAA. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Because
OG Green Machine, are you from DC? I didn't mean to cut you guys off. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's a lot of places that are denying you, and the thing is that how can I say it? Like they deny you, and when your kid get, like, just say I just had this same thing, but when your kid get 24 years old, they cut you off. When it was a whole family policy at first. When your kid get 24 years old, they automatically cut your child off. So they have to be separate. So thank God, pray to God that your kid don't have a felony, or they don't have anything that's going on, no discrepancy, so that way that it'll knock you from getting insurance. Because I look at it like this: why, if I'm gonna get insurance, why would I get insurance for $10,000 if the child is young? Why would I get it for $10,000, $20,000, or anything like that? I'm gonna pick, if I'm gonna get $100,000 policy. I'm gonna get a $200,000 policy. I'm not gonna just get a little tiny policy like that. You know what I mean?
True.
I don't knock nobody that do, but I'm just saying in general. If I'm a
well, I did it. So if anything going to happen with one of my brothers and sisters, and let's say they don't have it, or let's say they significant other don't have it, at least I do. And you're right, some people aren't able to pay that little $130. For me, it's $139. It's broke down into separate policies, but I done had these policies for over 8-9 years. You know, and my brother Melly and my brother Levan, they didn't want to sign at first. What you doing? You get life insurance on it? Well, no, I ain't got life insurance on you. I got life insurance, but if something happened, I want to be able to do you right. And before they signed, they questioned the policy. They thought I was trying to come up. They're like, boy, what you doing? I said, nah. I told my brother Levan, I said, nah, if something happened to you, I said,
I thought you was a Chief fan. I seen that Chief. I thought Kansas. What you?
That's Washington. That's in Washington.
Oh, Washington, red Washington Redskins. Yeah, that's
the old school red. They don't even call them. They call them just a Washington. And, you know, because of this bullshit. You know, they want to stop.
Right.
But anyway, Chrissy. But for the bigger policies, they will deny you, depending on what your ailments are. You're going to have to do a physical for the bigger policies.
Yeah, when you're older, you do have to do a physical and all that. But when you're younger,
have to do all that. But
if you don't have any medical issues, then it's smooth sailing.
Oh, USC grad, right on OG Green Machine. Hit me up, man. Green Machine on the Hood Postman Instagram. The Hood Postman, DAHOODPOSTMAN. Go to my hood. Go to that, man. Let's dialogue, bro. Well, I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't really interrupt you guys.
You're good, Melly. You're good.
You're good. A lot of we used to you chiming in right in the middle of our sin. We already know what you do. Shit.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? But much respect to OG Green Machine, USC girl. We got a lot of homies. We got a lot of people out of San Diego that done graduated from USC. USC has a rich history with San Diego, man. So
absolutely. Marcus Allen out. Is Marcus Allen out in San Diego?
You got dang right. You know him, Reggie Bush. You know what I'm saying?
Reggie Bush too. Oh yeah, you're right. All of them was USC guys.
Yeah, you know, there's more. There's too many to name. We got one right now, Boogie from San Diego right now, little Boogie Ellis. He playing on the basketball team. You know what I mean?
They say Bronny going over there too, man.
Bronny going over there. Bronny going. Mikey ain't going over there because he want to play against Bronny. But you know. But my son, little Mikey, he had a full scholarship to SC, but my Mikey went to St. Mary's up there in the Bay, and I'm glad he did. That's a cold private school, man. Them white people up there got money, man.
Right on. Green Machine. Hey, Ballgame, Christian, we got to get on up out of here, man. You guys got anything to say going out?
Yeah, hold on. No, I want to address OG Rams, Dodgers, Kings, Lakers. No. Well, Lakers, yes. Everything else, no. Steelers, yeah, man, knock it off. Steelers, Padres, and I like the Toronto Maple Leaves. You dig what I'm saying?
I couldn't hear you.
I'm addressing OG Green Machine. He you know, now he on some sports shit, which I, at least with the sports, we can talk shit to each other without wanting to kill each other.
No, there was just a report. Just a couple of days ago, a guy killed his best friend. They had an argument over sports team, and he killed him.
Over a game. I saw that, man. Man, I would never shoot anybody, even somebody I don't know. Over,
he shot the man over disagreement.
Man, that's some. Was he a Raider fan?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what game it was.
Because them Raider fans, all you, and if y'all in here listening, I'm gonna say you Raider fans, all you motherfuckers is crazy and delusional. You dig what I'm saying? And have been for 20 years, 20-something Raiders ain't won. And you motherfuckers are still fanatics over them, man. I'm a Steeler fan. Me and Rockhead and a couple other people, you know, this whole we got still Swanee G. We Swanee from VSP
Bloodstone Village.
Yeah, man. We Steeler fans, man. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm a Padre fan. You dig what I'm saying? 619. And in hockey, I've always liked the Maple Leafs. I ain't won nothing in a while, but I just always liked them because royal blue, my favorite color. And then I'm a Laker fan and I'm a Clipper fan as well. So
right on, Ballgame.
Originally San Diego. So you know.
All right, Chrissy, take us up out of here, Chrissy.
Say something, man.
I just want to say to whoever on here, if you all are going through something, hold tight, stay in prayer. Keep your head up. If you're going through something right now, it's only preparing you for later to be stronger for higher heights. And 1 foot forward and the next one behind it. Peace and love.
Peace and love. With that being said, I am Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. Let no weapons form against you. Let no foreign weapons form against you.
Hey, Melly, tonight was a good one, man.
I appreciate that, Ballgame. Appreciate you coming on and jumping in with us, man. All love, bro. All love, man.
Love you, Chris.
All right, love y'all. Be safe.
Okay, take care. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. We had a good one tonight. We had the Ballgame. We had Chrissy. We was in here moving.
How do I get out of here?
I'll get you out.
Okay.
Bam. There you go. They out. With that being said, I am Professor Melly Mel. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. Be sure to press the thumbs up. Click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the 1st and the 15th. Take us out of here, shawty.
For grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali finest, baby. For grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. I leave bad man and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking. And I don't talk about it, I just make it happen. Word on the block is that my shit go. Freaks for the low.
Marlene and Williams, go ahead and lock the door, because we are gone.